Hello friends, my name is Bahroz and I'm a finance executive by profession and a career coach by passion. Now welcome to my channel where I talk about career success and professional growth. In this particular video, we are going to tackle one of SHL tests that many candidates face, the SHL Deductive Reasoning Test. I'll walk you through sample questions and show you how to answer them effectively. Now we all know that the real challenge with these tests isn't just getting the questions right. It's doing so in the shortest time possible. So for each question, I'll also share the best tips and tricks to help you answer it quickly and efficiently. Now, deductive reasoning is all about logic. It tests your ability to draw conclusions from given information, spot inconsistencies, and make sound decisions based on rules or conditions. If you're applying for roles that involve decision making, structured thinking, or analytical judgment, this test is a key component of the assessment process. I previously made a video on entire SHL test where I break down each section in detail. I highly recommend you check it out. Now, with regards to SHL Deductive Reasoning Test, since it measures your ability to apply rules and conditions to arrive at a logical conclusion, you'll often be presented with a statement, scenarios, or set of rules, and your task is to determine what logically follows or what must be true or false based on what information is provided to you. There are three main types of deductive reasoning questions that you might come across. I will talk about each three of them along with sample questions and how you should go about solving them. Number one, deductions and conclusions. These are classic logic questions. You'll be given a short passage or a scenario, and based on that, you'll need to figure out which statements must be true or cannot be true. The key here is to stick strictly to the information that is given. Do not bring in outside knowledge or assumptions. It's all about logical consistency. Packages over 100 pounds are shipped express. Packages weighing 50 to 99 pounds are shipped via regular mail. Packages weighing 50 to 99 pounds often contain large tools. Package A weighs 115 pounds. Packages to be shipped express are picked up on Friday. Which statement must be true? A. Package A should be shipped express. B. Regular mail is picked up on Friday. C. Package A cannot be shipped on Friday. D. Package A contains large tools. E. Large tools must be shipped via regular mail. So let's go through the options one by one. Option A says Package A should be shipped express. That's true based on its weight. Option B talks about regular mail pickup, but we don't know when that happens, so it's not guaranteed. Option C says Package A can't be shipped on Friday, but since it's express, it can be shipped on Friday, so that's false. Option D claims Package A has large tools, but large tools are linked to 50 to 99 pound packages, not 115 pounds. Option E says large tools must go by regular mail, but the rules only say they often do, not always. Option A is the only one that's always true. Hence our answer, because it weighs 115 pounds, so it falls under the rule for express shipping. Now, one important call out. The best way to improve your test scores is practice, practice, and practice. So I went on the web and found this wonderful website that has all the sample tests and practice tests, which mimic the original SHL test. I highly recommend checking them out. I will leave the link in the description so you can start practicing right away. Here we have a first class seats puzzle. You can pause the video and take a few seconds to read the text. So we know airplane A has the fewest first class seats. B and C have the same number. C has twice as many seats as D. E has fewer seats than B. We're asked which statement must be true. Now let's try plugging in some simple numbers. Say D has 5 seats. Then C would have 10 because 2 times 5. So B equals 10. That makes E less than 10. And A must be lower than all of them. That would mean A equals 4. These values work with all rules. So A has 4 seats must be true. Answer is D. Ethan sold exactly 8 TVs this quarter. Frank sold exactly twice as many TVs as Gina. Gabriel sold more TVs than Ethan. Gina sold exactly 3 more TVs than Gabriel and Ethan combined. We are asked which statement must be true. Let's go through the options. Ethan sold 8 TVs. Gabriel sold more than 8, so at least 9. Gina sold 3 more than Gabriel plus Ethan, so Gina is Gabriel plus 11. Frank sold twice Gina's amount. Let's test the options. Option A, Gabriel plus Gina versus Frank. Gina is Gabriel plus 11, so their sum is 2 times Gabriel plus 11. Frank is 2 times Gina or 2 times Gabriel plus 11. 2 times Gabriel plus 11 is less than 2 times Gabriel plus 22, so this is false. Option B, Frank sold more than 40. If Gabriel is 9, Gina is 20, Frank is 40, this is not more than 40, so not always true. Option C, Gina over twice Ethan's 8, which is 16. Since Gabriel is at least 9, Gina is at least 20, always more than 16. True. Option D, Gina as twice Gabriel isn't always true. Option E, total sales with Gabriel at 9 gives 77 TVs, less than 80. Option C is always true, which makes it the answer. Now I have a special ask of you before we move forward. In case you find any value from this video, please press the like button, as this keeps me motivated and helps me improve the quality and quantity of content that I publish on this channel. More importantly, please subscribe to this channel as well, because on this channel I publish content pertaining to how you can achieve success in your career and build wealth. If any of these topics are of interest to you, this channel is right for you. Now moving on to the next sample question. Nicole and all of her co-workers wear blue uniforms. Andrew works with Nicole. Olivia does not wear a blue uniform. Everyone who wears a blue uniform also wears a white shirt. Here, we are asked which statement must be true. Let's dive into it. Nicole and her co-workers, including Andrew, wear blue uniforms, and blue uniform wearers also wear white shirts. Olivia doesn't wear a blue uniform. Option A, we don't know if Olivia wears a white shirt without a blue uniform. Option B, if Olivia worked with Nicole, she'd wear a blue uniform, but she doesn't, so she can't be a co-worker. This must be true. Option C, all co-workers wear white shirts with their blue uniforms, so this is false. Option D, Olivia as a co-worker contradicts her not wearing a blue uniform. Option E, Nicole wears a white shirt with her blue uniform, so this is false. Option B is the only one that holds. Hence, B is the answer. Next sample question. All employees must sign up for a health plan. Some employees chose plan A, others chose plan B, and others chose plan C. Which statement must be true? A, Andrew chose plan A. B, Andrew chose plan B. C, Andrew chose plan C. D, Andrew chose a health plan. E, Andrew did not choose a health plan. Alright, so we know all employees must pick a health plan, either A, B, or C. Since Andrew is an employee, he has to choose one. Option A, B, or C could be true, but we don't know which plan he picked. Option D says he chose a plan which is guaranteed by the rule. Option E contradicts it. So D is the answer. The second type of questions are underlying assumptions. In these questions, you're given an argument or a statement and need to identify the unstated premise that must be true for the argument to hold. This requires careful analysis of the logic, gaps in the argument, and identifying the necessary connections. Here is our first sample question under underlying assumptions. The argument states that our company should invest heavily in social media marketing. Statistics show that companies with a strong social media presence report higher customer engagement. Now the question is, which statement is an underlying assumption? A, higher customer engagement directly leads to increased profits. B, social media marketing is the only effective way to increase customer engagement. C, our competitors are already investing heavily in social media marketing. D, our target customers use social media platforms regularly. E, the statistics regarding customer engagement are universally applicable to all industries. So the argument says social media boosts engagement, so we should invest. For that to work, our customers need to be on social media. Option A, profits aren't mentioned. Option B, only is too strong, other methods might exist. Option C, competitors aren't relevant. Option D, if customers don't use social media, the strategy fails, so this is assumed. Option E, the stats don't need to apply universally. Option D is the key assumption. Next sample question. Here the argument states that to reduce traffic congestion in the city center, we must implement a new policy that bans private cars from entering the core downtown area during peak hours. Which of the following is an underlying assumption of the argument? A, public transportation options are sufficient to handle the increased demand. B, traffic congestion is primarily caused by private cars, not commercial vehicles. Banning private cars will not negatively impact local businesses. D, most residents support the ban on private cars. E, other cities have successfully implemented similar car bans. Now, banning cars assumes people can still get around. Looking at the options, option A, if public transport can't handle the demand, the ban fails. So this is assumed. Option B, cars don't need to be the only cause, just a contributor. Option C, business impact isn't addressed. Option D, resident support isn't required. Option E, other cities' bans aren't needed. Option A is essential for the plan to work. So A is the answer. Next sample question. The argument states that our new software development process, which emphasizes frequent small releases, will significantly improve team morale and productivity. Which of the following is an underlying assumption of the argument? A, developers prefer working on smaller, more manageable tasks. B, the technical infrastructure supports frequent software deployments. C, competitors are using a similar development process. D, frequent releases will lead to fewer software bugs. E, the management team fully understands the new process. Now let's go through the options. Option A, developers might like other benefits, not just smaller tasks. Option B, without infrastructure for frequent deployments, the process can't happen, so this is assumed. Option C, competitors don't matter. Option D, bug reduction isn't mentioned. Option E, management understanding isn't required. Option B is critical, so B is the answer. Third type of questions are number table based questions. These questions require you to extract information from tables, charts, or other structured data and use deductive reasoning to answer a specific question. This often involves applying rules or conditions to the data to arrive at a logical conclusion. Here is our first sample question under this question type. We are given this table and we are asked which is the correct sequence of codes for a 500 customer deposit of 2,401 Swiss francs. While we don't have a full key to the code structure here, based on the pattern, the most complete and matching option is E500-2401-21005. This option reflects a complete and properly sequenced coding convention. Next sample question. The time each employee takes to complete expense reports is listed below. Ethan, 20 minutes. Frank, 17 minutes. Gabriel, 25 minutes. Felicia, 27 minutes. Gina, 31 minutes. Which employee is closest to the average time? A, Gabriel. B, Ethan. C, Frank. D, Felicia. E, Gina. Let's begin by finding the average time. Add the times together. 20 plus 17 is 37, plus 25 is 62, plus 27 is 89, plus 31 is 120. Next, we'll divide by 5 employees. So 120 divided by 5 is 24 minutes. Now let's compare each person's time to 24. Ethan's 20 is 4 minutes off, Frank's 17 is 7 minutes off, Gabriel's 25 is 1 minute off, Felicia's 27 is 3 minutes off, Gina's 31 is 7 minutes off, Gabriel with only 1 minute difference is closest. So A is the answer. Next sample question. During the past 6 months, 15 of an Australian-based company's customers have left to do business with one of its competitors. During the same time, the company has started doing business with 25 new customers. The average revenue that outgoing customers generated was $1,000. The average revenue that new customers generated was $500. How many more customers generating the average revenue for new customers does the company need to account for the difference between the revenue for outgoing and new customers? Alright, let's break it down. We're told that 15 customers left and each of those customers used to bring in $1,000. So if we multiply that, 15 times $1,000 equals $15,000 lost revenue. Now they've gained 25 new customers, but each of these new customers only brings in $500 on average. That is 25 times $500 equals $12,500 gained revenue. So let's look at the difference. $15,000 minus $12,500 equals $2,500 shortfall. Now the question is, how many more customers, each bringing in $500, do we need to cover that $2,500 gap? We divide $2,500 by $500, which gives us 5 more customers. So the answer is A. Next sample question. Cecilia just started a new job. Since she is expecting an adjustment in her income level, she wants to know which program she will be eligible for on August 1st, taking into account her expected change of income. Based on the data, we're asked to find what program she will be eligible for. Looking at the criteria for each of the programs, Cecilia will be eligible for program B. Now let's go through it step by step. First is income. We are told the total income over the past 3 months must not be more than $1,000. Cecilia's income for the last 3 months is $300, $325, and $350. When we add those up, 300 plus 325 plus 350 equals $995. Since $975 is less than $1,000, she meets the income requirement. Next is age. The eligible age range is 55 to 65 years old. Cecilia is 64 years old, which falls within this range. Now let's look at symptoms. To qualify, the person must have at least 4 symptoms, and these must include both migraines and fever. Cecilia reports the following symptoms: fever, migraines, blurred vision, and dizziness. That's 4 symptoms total, and she also has both fever and migraines as required. Cecilia isn't eligible for program A because she doesn't have coughing as one of her symptoms. She also doesn't qualify for program C since she doesn't have at least 6 symptoms, and her income doesn't meet the requirement either. Therefore, the answer is B. Last sample question. Here, we are to find the level of response priority for a client that has revenue of £212,000 and a 24-month contract. To determine the level of response priority, we need to consider 2 key pieces of information provided in the question. The client has a yearly revenue of £212,000 and a contract length of 24 months. First, we look at the revenue. £212,000 falls within the range of £100,000 to £250,000. Next, we consider the contract length. A 24-month contract means the duration is 2 years, which places it in the category of 1 year or longer as shown in the table. Now, using both criteria, revenue between £100,000, and £250,000, and a contract length of 1 year or longer, we find the corresponding row in the table. According to the guide, clients in this category are assigned a priority level of 3. Therefore, the correct answer is C3. And that will be all for the sample questions. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully after watching this video, you now have a better understanding of how the SHL Deductive Reasoning Test works and how to tackle the questions. Good luck with the test.